Wake up everybody, no more sleeping in bed. No more backward thinking, time for thinking ahead. The world has changed so very much from what it used to be. There's so much hatred, war and poverty.
Hey everybody, I'm Robin Curian and you are watching Running with Robin. I am here at the Black Lives Matter demonstration. This has been a devastating week with the killing of Alton Sterling, Philandro Castile, and the 5 policemen that were killed this week in Dallas, Texas. I want to hear what the people have to say, so let's hear what they have to say.
It's been a horrifying week. It's been an incredibly sad week, but we've been around long enough to know that there are also people who stand for justice and civil rights and humanity and against gun violence and against hate.
We're here because enough is enough.
We've had so many protests here in New York City alone. Do you feel like these protests and demonstrations are even helpful? Do you think that, or are we just doing this in vain?
No, they are more than helpful, because beyond our circle of people right here, right now, the country is engaging in the conversation about violence, about police violence, about black men being killed.
I'm here with a bunch of people from DC that came out just for this demonstration, guys. What made you guys come out? I know you had your demonstration over, and actually it was a protest in DC, right?
Right, definitely. We came out because it's the right thing to do. We have to stand for something, not nothing.
Right. How do you guys feel about this week? It was crazy. Like, it's like back-to-back shootings and just deaths. I mean, it's devastating. What's your feelings towards this week?
I think this week has really taken me out of my comfort zone. My spirit is uncomfortable. Everything that's going on, all the senseless killing, the killing of the young man by the cop in the car with his daughter really set me off. I have to make a stand. I have to make a stand for my son, who's 16 years old, young black man in America, and he could be a victim of this. I can be a victim of this.
I grew up in the South Bronx in the 70s. We had police brutality all over the place. You know, I do have white skin privilege in this society, but my friends did not.
Yeah.
All right, so I have a lot of friends who've been beaten by police, you know, harassed by police when I was young.
It's distressing to know that we live in a time where things like this are happening and where people are being treated like animals because of their skin color. Yeah. And it's genocide and it's massacre and it's wrong.
You actually were in Dallas like 2 days before the shooting.
Yes, yeah, I work a lot downtown. I go to Dallas all the time, and a lot of my friends are downtown, and we're there on Fridays. We were actually sent a memo saying, you know, that a lot of the streets were blocked off. They weren't sure if there were any more shooters, and that, you know, be careful, check with your boss whether you even needed to come downtown. Yeah, it's sad. I don't know what caused it to happen there and not somewhere else where these violent acts happened, but the retaliation, you know, hopefully we can stop that.
What do you think it's going to take for this to stop?
Well, I really think that there needs to be a lot more training for the police. This is happening too frequent, you know, that these kind of situations, and every time it happens, you can see how it escalates, how everybody, we're all band together, you know, we're one nation, that, you know, it shouldn't be like this. And it is going to take more training, and I think maybe having somebody in their ear guiding them would help them make better decisions than at that spur of the moment where they're doing something that shouldn't be done.
I had mixed feelings about the cops being killed because I went to sleep angry, you understand? I went to sleep enraged about the killing of, the execution of black men in America. So when I woke up, and they're telling me that 5 cops got killed, 12 were injured or whatever, I'm, in my heart, I know it's wrong. I know that we're not supposed to go around killing anybody, for that matter, much less cops who are supposed to be protecting us, you know. And when I say us, I mean all of us, black, whites, whatever, you know. But then a brother gets angry enough to use the training that they've been training him to do, to kill. We were trained as military personnel to go in other countries and kill people, but there's a war happening here against black men.
As a parent, I'm afraid that the color of my children's skin could be the difference between life and death for them. And that is unacceptable to us. We want change, and we want it now. We want justice. I want my children to grow up in a world where their lives will be valued just as much as anyone else's life.
I want justice, or else no peace. We're not going to be quiet about this until we get justice, until we start getting action.
Do you think that this is going to be the new normal?
I think so. Until we get change, this is going to happen.
How do you think we can get change?
I think we just got to come together, and we gotta see something, we got to say something, and we got to put our voices out, because standing aside is not going to do anything.
It's terrifying when these things really happen directly to your own community, because it makes you really fear just going out, and it makes me worry for my own family, for my mother and my father and my brother. It's terrifying to know that there are people that think that these deaths are justified, but seeing everyone come together and protest is definitely something that's heartwarming.
What do you think needs to be done so that certain cops don't do this to black people?
You know, I don't know. I think that we really need a shakeup, you know. I think that, I don't know if reform is the answer at this point. I think we need a deep-rooted shakeup. I think we need a true revolution. I think that, you know, legislation needs to, you know, laws need to be passed, legislation needs to be passed. We need to just rethink the way that we look at society. You know, Michelle Alexander, who I really admire, put up a brilliant Facebook post, I think it was yesterday, just talking about the system that really caused these incidents to happen. You know, if we're not, we can talk about police reform, but if we're not talking about attacking the system, then nothing's going to change.
What is a way for there to be peace? What do you think?
I think ultimately everybody come into a common ground, realizing that injustice does exist. They put us in a position where we feel bad for saying Black Lives Matter, but everybody else's lives matter until a black person gets killed. So we have to consistently remind people that we are a part of all, and black is inclusive, and we will not stand for this.
I grew up with uncles who were cops, and I was raised as just a kid to think that cops are here to protect us, and that is their true purpose, and many cops do follow that, but seeing all these killings and all of this police brutality going on, it really changes your perception of cops.
Maybe this is the wake-up call that we need to make everybody stand up and finally stop looking at your cell phones and look up into the sky and realize that there are things that we can change. We have the power to change everything. We can fire every single person in Congress and rehire whoever it is that we want to hire. This is America, and we have forgotten that.
What measures need to take place for this to like totally stop? Because this can't be the new normal.
Mind frames. Black people would never have slaves. I can just say that, and I'll stand by that to the end of time. We don't have that mind frame, and I feel like it just goes on and on. It's 2016, people. Wake up.
I want to see everyone have justice, and I don't want to see anyone getting killed.
What does it make you feel like when you see people getting killed that are your skin color?
It makes me feel very sad, knowing that I have an uncle I didn't even know.
Wake up, everybody, no more sleeping in bed, no more backward thinking time.